welcome back to Behind the Mic. I am your host, and today we are switching it up. I've got a special guest in the building, someone young, fresh, and figuring it out all on real time. My nephew, Timothy. He's 17 years old. He just landed his first job, and he's been talking about business ideas since before he could probably spell entrepreneur. But like a lot of us, especially when we're young, the follow through hasn't always been there. So today we're having a real conversation about what it takes to chase your financial freedom, your dreams, stay consistent, and learn from your mistakes. Whether you're 17, 25, or 46, this one's for you. All right. Welcome to the show, Timothy.
All right, thank you for having me.
So listen, before we get deep, tell everybody a little bit about yourself. Where you're from, what you're into, and what made you start thinking about businesses and making your own money.
Well, I'm from New York. I moved to Jersey. I'm into playing ball. I'm into playing video games, going out, hanging out with my friends. And, one thing that we all like to do is sleep.
Oh, interesting. Yes, I know about that. And I love it. I love that you have, sounds like a well-balanced moment in life. That's really good. So you just landed your first job.
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. How does that feel?
It feels great, to be honest with you.
Do you think you're going to like having your own money?
I think I'm definitely going to be liking that adjustment.
Well, nothing feels like the first paycheck, I would tell you that. But I know it's not just about the job. You've always had ideas. I mean, I think we went through car washes. We went through all of these different ideas that you had. Tell the people one business idea that you have recently had.
Well, one recent business idea I've had is this clothing brand called Divine Threads, mixing animals with scriptures, trying to bring it all together, have a Christian clothing line.
All right, keeping it nice and clean, things that we may not always find today, but I love that idea. I love the name Divine Threads, and I hear that you are looking to drop some designs for August 1st. How are you feeling about that?
Yes, ma'am. I'm trying to do August 1st, do my first job, see what the word is and how we feeling about it.
All right. Well, I mean, I think it's right timing, right before school starts. So there'll be a lot of young adults looking for that really nice next thing. So I love all of what you said, but let's be real for a second. You've had a lot of ideas over the years. If anybody knows Timothy, we know he's had a lot of ideas over the year. What you think has been the hardest part about actually starting and sticking with something?
Well, the hardest part is probably, now it's easier, but I would say in the past it has been the starting money to first launch the business, because we all know that you need something to start with, and that's probably been the hardest thing. As you've said before, I had just landed my first job, so I hadn't had that setup. But now with the setup with my first job, I feel like I could really do it.
Okay, good. Do you think that maybe sometimes staying focused or letting some things distract you has kept you from landing the next big thing?
No, for sure, definitely, because as we all know, life can sometimes get in the way, and we can easily get distracted, and it just throws us off our balance.
Yeah, absolutely. I know that for me, that has been something, or always waiting for perfection. You want everything to kind of happen, and you want it to happen great. But what I've learned is that you don't have to wait for that perfection. And you're not alone in this. I just said I experience the same thing, but I think that anybody listening right now has also go through it, right? So I think I want everybody to use their mind's eye and kind of think if you have ever been fired up about a new plan, made a list, told everybody about it, and then 2 weeks later it's collecting dust in your note apps, right? So think about it. Drop comments in the box. Definitely, I think that we have all been guilty of that, of getting really motivated and fired up, and then 2 weeks later we kind of like, oh, all right, we have all the excuses in the world or all the reasons in the world why we would not be able to make it. And I am definitely, I'll raise my hand on that one too, because I am guilty of that. But here's the truth. The people who win aren't the ones with the best idea. It's the ones who show up, stay consistent, and get back up when it's boring, when it's hard, or when nobody's clapping for them. What do you think?
That's 100%. When you break it down, it's the people who get back up. Get punched 9 times, get back up 10. So I 100% agree with it.
And thinking about it, what do you feel is one thing that would help you follow through better so that this August 1st drop line can happen?
The one thing I feel like it's more discipline on my part, like just following through and putting more time and dedication into my craft and perfecting it.
Yeah, do you think maybe like having somebody to check in, or writing things down, doing something every day to advance that idea, do you think that would help?
No, yeah, for sure, and I 100% agree. Having somewhat of a disciplinator, but at the same time, kind of as a business partner, I think it would be a great idea to keep both of us at disciplined and ready to go for August 1st.
Yeah, awesome. Accountability is definitely one of the things that we want to make sure that we have, and we can use anyone for what we can call them accountability partners, and just have reminders for everything. So like put something on your digital phones for reminders, or people that use other forms of reminders that they can use that. They can use vision boards, alarms, sticky notes on the mirror, whatever you're going to consistently see, whatever works for you, you want to use that to hold yourself accountable to what your next steps are. So I want to touch one more thing. Mistakes are part of it, right? You cannot be scared to mess up. One of the things that I was sharing with you was that I made a mistake on my first YouTube episode. The slides were wrong. Timing was off. I thought so many things that I would have done better, but I lived, I learned, and I kept moving. I'm on this is episode 3, everyone. So one of the things that I don't want you to shy away from is actually completing something and it not being perfect, right? So I want you to think about that. What's your thoughts on that?
I agree. It is what it is, and we just got to keep on going.
Absolutely. And anybody listening, if you wait until it's perfect, you'll never start. Mistakes are literally lessons dressed up in a little bit of embarrassment. And those lessons hit different because now you know how not to do it. And the next time it will be better.
100%.
So I'm glad you did it. You have an August 1st drop line. I hope you get your accountability partner. I think somebody's listening right now that needs to know, like, hey, it is okay to not have it all figured out, but I'm going to try it and see what I can learn from it. So I'm going to talk about it because I promised the audience we were going to talk about it. The Knicks and the life lessons. All right. So, I got to ask.
Yes, ma'am.
Some of us are Knicks fans.
Yes, ma'am.
And if there's one team that knows about taking L's, fighting back, and staying hungry, it's definitely the Knicks. What's one thing you feel like people, not just Knicks fans, but anybody trying to chase a dream or be financially free or just free up some more time so that they can deepen service somewhere else? What do you think they can learn from watching a Knicks game?
Well, as we've seen in this postseason, it's no lead is safe. You never know when it's done, and you just got to keep on going until that buzzer goes off. It's free game.
Oh, I love that. Because even when the Knicks had a rough season, which we know, or blew a lead, which we also know, or get cooked by 30 points, you know what they do. They get back on the court on that next game.
Yes,
so
right.
they don't stay home and they cry about it, right? They get back on that court.
Yes, ma'am.
And I think that's what life is about. You might lose today, but tomorrow, like you said, is a whole new game, right? So, listen. For anyone listening, whether you're 17 trying to figure it out, 25 restarting your dream or shifting careers, or 46 finally giving yourself permission to chase a passion that you have, your dream moves at your pace, but you gotta move. Shout out to Timothy for coming through today. And don't forget, next Thursday, we'll be back for more. Until then, progress over perfection always. Behind the mic, we out.